If you grew up in 1970s Britain, you'll know that childhood felt different back then. It was a time of chopper bikes lined up on street corners, space hoppers bouncing down pavements, and ice cream vans chiming through summer evenings. Kids ruled the roads until the streetlights flickered on. Sweets cost pennies, and every morning brought the gentle clink of milk bottles on the doorstep. These weren't just moments. They were the rhythm of our days, the backdrop to scraped knees and secret dens. Let's take a trip back to that simpler, sunnier time and rediscover the little things that still make us smile. The Raleigh chopper wasn't just a bike, it was the ultimate symbol of cool. With its long padded banana seat, tall sissy bar handlebars, and that distinctive gear stick, it looked like a mini motorbike and felt like pure freedom. Every kid dreamed of unwrapping one on Christmas morning, and if you were lucky enough to own one, you were king of the cul-de-sac. We'd race down quiet streets, the wind whipping through our hair, bells chiming, showing off wheelie stunts to anyone watching. Friends would gather round to compare whose was the brightest, orange, yellow, or that glossy red. The chopper gave us wings, turning ordinary Saturday mornings into epic adventures. Decades later, just seeing one brings back that rush. The squeak of the seat, the rattle of the chain, and the pride of parking it outside the corner shop while we bought sherbet with pocket money. It was more than a bike, it was childhood on two wheels. The space hopper was pure bouncing joy. This bright orange rubber ball with its grinning kangaroo face and two sturdy handles turned any patch of pavement or garden into a racetrack. You'd sit on top, grip tight, and bounce like mad. Hopping down the street in giggly races with mates, squeaking and tumbling in fits of laughter. The sound of rubber thumping on concrete, the wobble as you tried to balance, the inevitable tumble onto the grass. It all felt hilarious and free. Parents watched from doorsteps, shaking their heads and smiling as we bounced past in a blur of colour and noise. Knees got scraped, but nobody cared. The space hopper was simple, silly, and utterly brilliant. Even now, spotting one in a charity shop or on telly brings an instant grin, whisking us back to those carefree days when all you needed for fun was a ball, some air, and a sunny afternoon. In the 1970s, the street was our playground. We'd spend hours outside playing hopscotch with chalked grids on the pavement, marbles clinking in jam jars, and wild games of British bulldog that left us breathless and laughing. There were no playdates or schedules, just a gang of kids claiming the road until tea time. You can still picture it. The thud of a leather football against garden walls, the shout of "Ollie ollie oxen free" echoing down the terrace, the smell of cut grass and chalk dust hanging in the warm evening air. Parents would call from doorways when dinner was ready, and we'd race home, faces flushed and knees dirty. Those unsupervised games taught us everything: how to negotiate rules, settle arguments, and look out for each other. When the streetlights flickered on, that was our cue to head inside. It was simple, it was innocent, and it was ours. Today, just the thought of those sunset games brings a wistful smile and a longing for that beautiful, uncomplicated freedom. Saturday mornings meant one thing: telly time. Families would gather around the single TV set, curtains half drawn, to watch Blue Peter, the Magic Roundabout, Tiswas, or Jackanory. The fuzzy glow of the screen, the tinkling theme tunes, Zebedee's bouncing, bowing, it all felt like magic made just for us. There was no streaming, no choice. You watched what was on, and you loved it. We'd sprawl on the carpet with toast and orange squash, eyes glued to presenters, making things out of washing up bottles or reading stories that transported us to other worlds. Even the adverts felt special. Hearing those old theme songs today, the Blue Peter tune, the Tiswas chaos, instantly transports us back to big floral cushions, wooden TV cabinets, and that cozy ritual of weekend mornings. It was appointment viewing, shared by millions, and it bound us together in a way that felt warm, communal, and utterly unforgettable. Walking into Woolworths and heading straight for the pick and mix counter was pure heaven. Rows of glass jars gleamed with cola bottles, sherbet lemons, flying saucers, blackjacks, and jelly beans, every colour imaginable. You'd grab a little paper bag and carefully choose your favourites, weighing them at the counter while coins clinked in your pocket. The sticky sweetness, the rustle of the bag, the thrill of deciding exactly what you wanted. It was a ritual that made pocket money feel like a fortune. We'd trade sweets in the playground, compare hauls on the bus, and savour each one slowly to make them last. The tang of a fizzy cola bottle or the powdery burst of a refresher still brings it all rushing back. Saturday mornings, the smell of newsprint and sweets, and that sense of being utterly in control of your own tiny treasure. Woolworths may be gone, but the memory of those pick and mix counters, the world's biggest at the time, still makes us smile with pure childish delight. Lunchtime in the school canteen was loud, chaotic, and unforgettable. We'd line up alphabetically, trays in hand, waiting for plates piled with mince and potatoes, stews, spaghetti, or, by the late 70s, even curry. Everything was cooked from scratch, smelling of warm gravy, boiled carrots, and that unmistakable school kitchen steam. Pudding was the highlight, wobbly jelly, lumpy tapioca, or sticky sponge with custard that you'd either love or dread. Teachers prowled the rows, making sure you finished your greens, while friends whispered and traded desserts under the table. It wasn't gourmet, and some days it was downright questionable, but there was comfort in the sameness, the clatter of cutlery, the hum of hundreds of voices, the ritual of it all. Today we chuckle at memories of mystery meat and gloopy gravy, but deep down, those chaotic lunch halls brought us together. They were a shared experience, a daily anchor, and a taste of childhood we'll never quite forget. Nothing announced summer quite like the distant jingle of the ice cream van. That tinny, high-pitched tune, usually Greensleeves, would wind through the streets, and suddenly every child would drop everything and bolt for the window. We'd scramble for coins, race barefoot down the pavement, and line up eagerly at the pastel-painted truck with its sliding window and smiling vendor. The choice was agonizing: a 99 flake with its crumbly chocolate stick, a strawberry calippo, or a screwball with the gumball at the bottom. The ice cream would melt faster than you could lick it, dripping onto sunburnt noses and sticky fingers, but that was half the fun. Even now, hearing that wobbly tune drifting through a warm afternoon brings an instant smile and a flood of memories. Hot pavements, the excitement of a treat, and the simple joy of chasing down the van before it disappeared round the corner. It was the soundtrack of British summer, and it still feels like magic. With so much freedom and so little supervision, we became masters of make-believe. Armed with old sheets, cardboard boxes, bits of wood, and garden chairs, we'd build dens anywhere, under the dining table, behind the shed, or in a corner of the woods. Those makeshift forts were our secret kingdoms, away from grown-ups and rules. Inside, we'd whisper plans, tell ghost stories by torchlight, and defend our territory from imaginary invaders. The smell of damp grass, the rustle of leaves overhead, the thrill of having a space that was entirely ours, it felt like real adventure. Sometimes we'd spend hours perfecting our hideouts, draping blankets just right, or stacking cushions for lookout posts. Friends would bring supplies, biscuits, comics, toy soldiers, and we'd lose ourselves in worlds of pirates, spies, or explorers. Looking back, those dens were more than play. They were where we learned to dream, create, and escape. The memory of those secret spaces still brings a grin and a longing for that boundless, beautiful imagination. Every morning began with the gentle clink of glass bottles on the doorstep. The milkman had been and gone, leaving fresh pints in their sturdy glass bottles, each topped with a silver foil cap. We'd race to bring them in, twisting off the cap and pouring that cold, creamy milk over our cereal, or into Dad's big mug of tea. The kitchen smelled of toast, marmalade, and that unmistakable fresh milk scent. It was a simple ritual, but it anchored the day. Predictable, comforting, and shared by millions of families across Britain. Sometimes in winter, the milk would freeze and push the foil cap up like a little hat, making us giggle. There was something reassuring about that daily delivery, the milkman's quiet rounds and the sound of bottles rattling in their crates. Today, seeing a glass milk bottle or peeling back a foil cap brings it all flooding back. Cozy kitchens, family breakfasts, and a time when mornings felt slower, warmer, and wonderfully uncomplicated. Growing up in 1970s, Britain was a gift we didn't fully appreciate at the time. From chopper bikes and space hoppers to street games and Saturday morning telly, every day was an adventure painted in bright colours and simple joys. These memories aren't just nostalgia, they're treasures that remind us of a childhood filled with freedom, laughter, and endless possibility. If this brought a smile, share it with someone who remembers. Here's to the 70s and the kids we used to be.